Okay, so we're just gonna start in child's pose today. Today, my theme is twists, lots of twists, mainly because I just started my Whole30. It's a detoxing type of food regimen. I don't wanna call it a diet, that sounds bad. So I'm detoxing everything right now, and yoga twists are really good for detoxing. They block the blood to your organs, and then when you let go of the twist, the blood rushes back in with new nutrients and oxygen. Great for the digestive system. So everybody needs it, eating quarantine food. But let's just bring the knees out wide on the mat. Reach your arms out straight. And just make it a lazy child's pose for now. Just letting your head sink into the mat. Maybe massaging your third eye right there in the middle of your forehead, your mind's eye, your center of creativity, intuition. Starting to deepen your breaths, a little deeper with each inhale, and a little longer with each exhale. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose all together, in, and just let it out. Letting out all that stale air from the lungs. Let's do that one more time. Biggest breath you've taken today. When you get to the top, sip in just a little more air, and just let it go. Let's start to seal our lips, moving into our Ujjayi breath. Before we start to make this an active child's pose, maybe taking a moment to think about an intention, setting an intention for your practice today. Maybe that's strength, endurance, whatever it may be. All right, let's start to reach forward with those hands, maybe slightly picking the head up off the mat. And making this a powerful child's pose, digging the fingertips into the mat. Let's walk those hands over to the right. Maybe placing that right hand over your left, sitting that left hip down to your heel, and breathing deeply into that side body, stretching out each and every one of those ribs. And on your exhale, let's walk it over to the other side. Deep breath, breathing into that side body. One more inhale. And let's exhale to center, reaching forward, making it the most active child's pose, really stretching through the tops and bottoms of the shoulder. And let's use those fingertips, claw yourself forward up into a tabletop. Bring those knees in, maybe shaking out the knees a little bit, the ankles, maybe giving those wrists a little shake here and there. All right, first we're gonna take our first twist of the day, exciting stuff. So I'm gonna actually turn around so you can see. So take that right palm up high to the sky, reaching, and we're gonna thread it underneath that left arm, placing our ear down on the ground, and starting to walk those left fingertips forward to the top of your mat. Keeping that breath going. If you need a little bit more, maybe taking that left leg out straight behind you. Exhaling to deepen the twist. On your next inhale, walk your left hand in and reach your arm up to the side once more. Even this is a twist right here. And let's place it right back down on the mat. Let's take it on the left side. Left hand reaches high. And let's thread the needle through. Reaching all the way to the right side. Right fingertips go up to the top of the mat. Holding on to that breath. And maybe taking that right foot back this time, if it deepens the stretch for you. Ooh, I just felt a pop. A good pop, the good kind. Not crackle and pop. All right, on your next inhale, let's bring it back to center, reaching the hand high, reach, 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 and place it back down on the mat. Let's just take one round of cat-cow at your own pace. Maybe adding some organic movement to those shoulders and hips. Excellent. We're just going to bring this down to the ground nice and slow. Chaturanga push up all the way to the ground. That means your elbows are in tight. Great. We're going to take those arms into a T. And let's take that right leg up first. We're just going to take that right leg up and over. So your foot may or may not come to the ground on the other side. That's okay. You should feel a nice little twist in your lower back through your hips. If that foot's not touching the ground, no worries. Maybe you can get your big toe there. Maybe you can get your foot all the way flat on the ground. Don't force it. On your exhale, let's unwind. And inhale, let's take it to the other side. Breathing through the stretch, the twist. That's the thing we have to look out for in twists. Sometimes we have to keep ourselves from holding our breath. And on your exhale, let's unwind. Bringing the hands back under your shoulders. And on your next inhale, let's do a little baby cobra. So lifting up, proud chest, looking in front of your mat. And exhale, release. On the next one, let's lift those hands up off the ground. So inhale, lift. Lifting the palms off the ground, squeezing those elbows back, using those shoulder blades, squeezing those shoulder blades together. And release. And this time we're going to take those feet off the ground with our hands. Inhale to lift. Hold for the exhale. Inhale. And exhale, release. We're just going to push this right up into a plank, nice and slow. Pushing into plank, holding it for just a moment. Taking a moment to squeeze in our belly buttons. Squeeze it tight. And on your next exhale, scoop the bottom all the way up into our down dog. So pointing that tailbone at the ceiling or the sky if you are lucky enough to be outside in nice weather. And just let that head hang heavy. Maybe walk your dog, walking one heel down and the other. On your next inhale, let's wave to plank one more time. So wave through those shoulder blades to the plank, and then we're going to bend our knees, scoop our tailbones back up to the ceiling. Let's do that 2 more times. Up on your tippy toes, inhale, wave to plank. Exhale, down dog. And last time, inhale, exhale, moving with one breath to one movement. Let's take little tiptoes all the way to the front of the mat. Bringing those feet behind your wrists, letting the head hang really heavy. Nice deep bend in your knees. Maybe you keep that bend in your knees all the way through class anytime we're doing forward folds. If you've got tight hamstrings. But for now, everybody bending their knees because we're really trying to loosen up the back of the neck, the shoulders, the upper back. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows, giving a little sway side to side. All right, let's straighten out those legs as much as you can. And we're going to take a sciatic twist. So placing that right palm on the ground, bending through that right knee. We're going to keep the left leg straight. And we're reaching up high with those left fingertips. So you should feel this right down your hamstring and even into the hip on the other side. And on your exhale, release. So now we're bending that left knee, left palm comes to the ground, straighten out that right leg as much as you can. And let's lift that right hand up to the sky. Another kind of twist for you. So our IT band, lighting up here. And exhale, release. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, taking it all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach. On your exhale, we're going to twist open to the right. So left hand comes forward, right hand comes back. And on your inhale, reach high. And let's twist to the other side. Left twist. I'm going to move my camera up just a little. And inhale to reach high. Exhale, swan dive it back down to your toes. Halfway lift, inhale. Step it back into our plank. And take a very slow chaturanga all the way to the ground. So pulling those elbows in tight. And when you get there, cobra, inhale. Exhale, down dog. Let's go through that sun salutation 2 more times before we get started. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Let it out. Seal those lips and let's go through those sun salutations 2 more times. So this time, bending the knees, coming up on the toes, taking a look at those hands. Step or hop to the front. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale to twist to the right, keeping those hips square to the front. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twisting to the other side. Inhale, reach. And swan dive it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Hop or step back into plank. And this time, your choice, cobra or pushing up into an up dog. Exhale, down dog. Taking a moment for another deep breath in through the nose. Let out. Here we go again. So inhale, hop or step forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, just go through the rest of that flow. I'll meet you in down dog. Take your time. And when you get back to down dog, just hang out there for a moment. Maybe walking your dog again. Maybe taking heels to the left, to the right. Taking just a moment before we start our next section, moving into that vinyasa flow, getting the heart pumping. All right, let's start lifting that right heel off the ground, 3-legged dog. This time we're gonna bend the knee, point the toes, and lift that knee a little higher. Try to kick your bottom with your heel. Probably won't happen, but you can try it out. Opening up through that hip. And we're gonna shotgun this right across, or maybe slingshot's the better thing. Slingshot it all the way across to that left elbow. So holding that twist high up off the ground like you're holding a high plank. Good. Let's slingshot it back into our 3-legged dog. And this time bringing it through, stepping into a low lunge. So taking a moment in this first low lunge to feel the strength here. So in your low lunge, we don't want to have our tummy like resting, draped over our quad here. We really want to make it an active, almost like we're on our fingertips. We're using our core, our glutes, our back to really hold ourselves up. All right, placing that left palm all the way flat on the ground and reaching high with that right arm. Easy twist. That's what it's called anyway. Up high on those left toes. And we're just going to, for this first round, place the hand back on the ground. We'll do something special on the next round. And we're gonna reach high, high crescent. And we're gonna take that right arm back into our twist, kind of like in our sun salutations. Next time, we're gonna move right into this, I'll let you know. All right, reaching up high again, high crescent. And then we're gonna open it up, warrior 2. So taking those shoulders down your back,
Looking for that heel to arch alignment, front foot to back foot, sinking down low into that front right leg. Looking over those right fingertips. Can you get a little bit lower? Ooh. All right, let's stand this all the way up into a 5-pointed star. I'm going to turn mine around. So 5-pointed star. Oh, that's a glorious pose. All right, we're going to place our hands on our hips. Just turn those feet forward, and we're going to take it into a forward fold, placing our hands on the ground in front of us. And then we're going to walk those left fingertips over to our right toes. And you guessed it, we're going to twist. So reaching the right fingertips high. This is a really easy one to lose that breath. Don't hold it. Keep it going. And on your exhale, release. Let's walk it over to the other side. So right fingertips to your left toes. And as you're ready, lifting up with those left fingertips. If this hurts your neck, you can always keep your neck looking down at the ground. No problem. All right, while we're over here on that left side, let's turn those right toes up, and we're gonna sit it down into a Skandasana. So, your choice, you can make it a high Skandasana, gets a little bit more on inside of the hip, or a low Skandasana, brings it down toward the knee a little with that stretch. Let's flip those over to the other side. Front of your mat, Skanda. Pulling those left toes back, using your fingertips for balance if you need to, or maybe you bring those hands to prayer. All right, we're just gonna pivot this all the way around, back into that low lunge, just how we began. And we're gonna step those feet together. So bring your toes together, your big toes, and bring your heels apart. So we're making a nice little triangle with our feet. And reaching high, sitting the bottom low, chair pose, Utkatasana. And on your exhale, bring those hands to heart center. Oh, the sun's getting bright behind me, I know. Sorry for the blinding light. All right, here comes the twist. You ready? We're gonna take that left elbow, hook it over that right knee. So maybe this is plenty for you. Here, we're really trying to deepen that twist, kind of trying to move those fingers into the middle of your chest. So really pulling on that elbow. Maybe, if you're ready, you open up those wings. Can you touch the ground with those left fingertips? I can't. You might be able to. All right, let's bring it back to center. We're gonna step it back with that left foot, placing those hands on the ground, and stepping it back through our vinyasa. Option here, of course, as always, to flow the foot if you need a little extra oomph. Your choice, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Taking just a moment to rest and down dog. Maybe shaking out the head. All right, let's do it all over again on the other side. Lifting that left leg high, pointing the toes, kicking your bottom, lifting that left knee really high so you feel that big opening stretch in the hips. All right, let's slingshot it across to that right elbow. So really using those abs to twist across and pushing with those shoulders so you're lifting it high off the ground. Eventually, you might take this into a flying pose. All right, let's push it back into our three-legged dog. And this time, stepping it through. Low lunge. All right, just like we did on the last side, taking a moment to check ourselves. Are we collapsing over that knee? Or do we hold a cobra with our chest, using those fingertips just for balance, and really using our legs and our glutes and our core to hold us upright, using our muscles to prop us up instead of our bones. All right, let's take the right palm to the ground, open that easy twist. And on your exhale, releasing back down. Inhale to lift, high crescent. And exhale to twist. Ooh, a little unbalanced here. This is a tough one for me, balance-wise. And flexibility-wise. My back's not super flexible with twists, which is why I need to do more of them. All right, we're just gonna lift it back up, high crescent, and open it up, warrior two. So check your heel to arch alignment. Make sure you're sitting nice and low in that front left leg. Looking over those left fingertips. Can you sit just a little lower? Oh yeah. All right, let's shoot this up into our 5-pointed star. Hands on your hips. This time, let's turn those toes in just a little bit, pigeon toe. We'll get a slightly different stretch here. So, taking those hands down to the ground, let's walk our left hand over to our right toes. And if it's available to you, reaching up with those right fingertips. There's a twist. Are you breathing? On your exhale, let's walk it over to the other side. Inhale to reach high with that left arm. Breathing through the twist. Exhale, release. This time, skanda to the right first, so we don't get them mixed up. Maybe you bring your hand to prayer. All right, here's the fun thing. Can you flip it over to the other side without using your hands? Give it a go. Hooah. Looks like one of those like Russian dances where they like pick their feet up in the air, but they're like really low to the ground. I forget what that's called. All right, we're gonna spin it around to the front. And step those feet together. Bring the toes together, a little triangle with your feet. And on your inhale, sweep the arms high, Utkatasana, chair pose. Remember, if this is tough on your shoulders, you can always hold your arms out straight and work your way up to arms overhead. On your next exhale, bringing the hands to heart center. And this time, we're twisting over to that left side. So take that right elbow, twist it over. Maybe you open up those wings. All right, let's close those wings. And we're just gonna stand it up and step that right foot back into our lunge. Woo! Let's reach the arms high, crescent, and bring it back down to the ground, stepping it through our vinyasa. Option to float that foot. All right, that was round one. We've got 2 more to go. We're gonna add on a little bit each time to make it a little harder. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose and let it out. Okay, second round, right side. Let's lift the heel high. Open up the hip, lifting the knee. We're gonna slingshot it over to that left elbow. Holding it high. Here's where we get funky. Let's just kick that foot through and rest it on the ground. So fallen triangle, and then we're going to reach that left arm high, or fallen angel. I meant to look that up before class. I think it's fallen angel. All right, option also to float that right foot off the ground if you need a little more, using that core. All right, let's swing this back through into our 3-legged lift and stepping it through to our low lunge, strong low lunge, using those muscles, right, not the bones, to keep us upright. Placing that left hand on the ground, reaching high with those right fingertips. All right, this time, we're just gonna follow those right fingertips, let it pull you up into our lunge twist. Holding with the inhale, holding with the exhale. On your next inhale, let's let that go, reaching high, high crescent, and then we're gonna open it up, warrior 2. Sitting low in that right leg. And on your next inhale, shooting up into that 5-pointed star. Hands on your hips. Let's turn those toes forward. And leaning over. This time, go for the twist if you like, or maybe take another variation. Maybe you walk your fingertips behind you and just kind of lean forward on those toes. Or maybe you hang out in the center and do your twists. Your choice. Just play with it, have a little fun. All right, we're gonna take skanda to the left, skandasana. pulling those right toes up. Maybe bring your hands to prayer. And if you want to give it a try to flip over to the other side without any hands. Oh, that's tough. All right, on your next exhale, pivoting to the front and stepping those toes together. Inhale to reach high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Sit a little lower with the bottom. This time, adding on. So we're going to take that prayer twist over to the right. So twisting, cranking that spine. Using those abs to help us twist. And this time, we are going to pick up those left heel and very, very slowly step that back into our lunge. So now we are in a twisted prayer lunge, I guess you could call it. Option to drop that left knee on the ground for a little, kind of like a lizard stretch through that left hip. All right, wherever you are, let's just place the hands on the mat on either side of that right foot, lifting back up into our low lunge, and let's step it back for our vinyasa option to flip that foot, bringing that back down through chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Quick breather here. I'll get reset. Look all over the place here. All right, lifting that left leg high, opening up the hip, and let's slingshot it through to that right elbow this time. And if you're ready, kick it through to the ground. Fallen angel, and reaching high with those right fingertips. And maybe, if you like, floating those left toes off the ground. All right, let's swing back through, three-legged dog. Exhale, stepping through. Inhale, strong lunge, check yourself. And on your next inhale, reaching, oh, sorry, wrong thing. Right hand on the ground, we're gonna twist, I forgot. We're following those fingertips. So easy twist, so both fingertips are high. And now on your next inhale, we're gonna follow those fingertips. Whoop. You might wobble, you might shake. That's normal. It's a tough one. All right, on your next inhale, reaching high, high crescent. On your exhale, opening up into warrior two. So nice and low in that left leg. And on your next inhale, five-pointed star. On your exhale, forward fold. And then just play around. Also, option here is to go into a headstand if that's in your practice and you'd like to go for it. Otherwise, just play around. Stretch side to side, or walk those fingertips behind you. Coming back to center. If you're still upside down, you can stay there. I'm going to do Skandasana to the right. Bringing those hands to prayer, or maybe you're keeping them on the ground for balance and support. Your choice. And we're going to flip it over the other side. If you're upside down, join us. And we're going to exhale, pivot to that left foot. Bringing those toes to touch. Inhale, reaching high. Sitting low, exhale, hands to heart center. And on your next exhale, we're going to twist that right arm, that right elbow over to that left knee. Find your balance. Find a drishti to focus. And then we're going to pick up that right heel and step it behind us. Woo-hoo. Okay, option here, like we did on the last side. If you want to stretch out that hip a little further, maybe taking the right knee to the ground, but keeping that twist. Wherever you are, let's come back into our low lunge and vinyasa, stepping that leg back, maybe floating it off the mat as you move toward your up dog. And exhale, down dog. Good work. All right, maybe taking a moment for a breather. Someone's gonna have to remind me, did we do the left leg on round 2 yet? I think we did. Or did I skip the left leg?
No, we just did the left leg.
Okay. I was like, when you start going in circles, you lose track of which leg you're on. Okay, good. I was like, am I going crazy or did we already do both sides? Okay. So maybe just sitting back in the child's pose, grab a drink of water if you need to. We have one more round to go. Okay. If you're in child's pose, just work your way back into down dog. Last round, we're gonna make it even a little bit more interesting when we get to that final twist. All right, really quick, deep breath in through the nose. Let it out. Still your lips, get ready to work. Let's lift that right heel high. And we're going to point the toes, keeping our bottoms, lifting the knee high, opening through the hip. And let's slingshot it across. Use those abs to twist over, holding it high. And then when you're ready, shooting it down either onto the ground in front of you for some stability, or if you need a little more core action, lifting those right toes off the ground for a floating fallen angel. Floating angel. And I made it up. It's not a real yoga pose. All right, let's kick it back through to our three-legged dog. Stepping it through to our strong low lunge. Planting the left hand on the ground, reaching high with those right fingertips. Easy twist. And let's follow those fingertips high. So twist lunge. Get the wobbles out. Okay, here's where we get even more interesting. We're gonna revolve our twist. So reaching for your hamstring with those right fingertips, lifting the left fingertips up high. And on exhale, we're gonna just pinwheel our arms straight into warrior 2. So exhale and just pinwheel right into a warrior 2. So now your right leg should still be forward, left leg back. We didn't switch our legs, we just switched our arms and we brought our body to the other side. All right, let's go a little lower in this warrior 2. It's our last chance for warrior 2 on this side. Let's make it count. All right, on your next inhale, 5-pointed star. If stretches are getting old, maybe you just sit down and do a goddess for a moment here. Maybe placing those hands on your knees, giving those shoulders a little stretch. Good work. All right, let's just pull this over into our left Skandasana. So Skandasana to the back of your mat, pulling those right toes towards you. And take the challenge. Can you go to the other side? Hands free. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ho! Finding balance on the other side. And let's pivot this to the front. Stepping those toes together. Inhale to reach high. Let's hold here for 1 moment, sitting just a little lower. And exhale, let's bring those hands to heart center. Okay, here's the option. So options here, you can just do the simple twist. You can do the lunge twist, maybe dropping the knee, or if you want to give side crow a try, that's like the ultimate flying twist. So if you're giving side crow a try, really getting that body twisted over before you fly, placing your hands on the ground and making a little shelf with your elbows for that right hip and knee. Digging your fingertips into the mat to help yourself stabilize. And when you're ready, release. And let's all just meet back in a prayer chair. Or if you're in lunge, you could stare. All right, stepping that left foot back, hands down to the ground, and then let's step that right foot back into our vinyasa, flow right through. And lift the bottom high. All right, just one more side to go, and then we'll be done with our flow part. Big breath into the nose. Let it out. Well, let's work left heel high. Bringing those toes in, knee high, opening up through that hip. And let's slingshot it over to the right elbow. Lifting high and then shooting it through. Maybe it comes to the ground. Reaching the right fingertips high. Maybe you're lifting that left foot off the ground. Working those core muscles. Those obliques are lighting up if you're doing that. All right, swinging it through, three-legged dog, and this time stepping through into our low lunge. Strong low lunge before you place that right hand on the ground, lifting those left fingertips high. On your next inhale, follow those fingertips up for that twisted lunge. Staying for the exhale. On your next inhale, revolve that lunge. Oh, there's our balance challenge. All right, ready to pinwheel? On your exhale, just pinwheel it around into warrior two. Whoop. That's my favorite. All right, sitting nice and low in that left leg. Last chance for warrior two on this side. So sit it nice and low, really deep. And on your next inhale, five-pointed star. Take a moment to play here. So if you want to go upside down again, go for it. If you want to go into your goddess squat, maybe some shoulder stretches, maybe you just play on your toes here, lifting the toes in goddess. Or maybe you're back to those stretches, whatever you need. Strength stretching, whew, getting bouncy there. All right, Skandasana over to the right side. If you're upside down, take your time getting out of it. We'll meet you in Skandasana on the left. Okay, ready to flip it over? Strength, ready? 1, 2, 3. Ugh. Easier if you make a sound, like a ugh. Ugh. All right, let's just pivot this over to the left and stepping that right foot up to meet left. Heels apart, inhale, reaching high for chair, holding for the exhale. Inhale, and as you exhale, bringing those hands to heart center, going into whichever variation you prefer, simple twist, lunge twist, or maybe throwing a side crow in there. So remember with side crow, make sure you're twisting first, and then setting up that shelf. So the twist is everything. And if you're in crow, breathing. Actually, wherever you are, breathe. All right, crow flyers, come out of it. If you're in a lunge twist, just stay there. Everyone else, bringing it back to prayer chair. Let's lift up that right foot, stepping it back into lunge, reaching the arms high crescent, and bringing it back down through our vinyasa. Oh boy, I'm really heavy. I don't know about you guys. So drop this down into child's pose. Take a little breather here. Feel free to grab some water, towel off, whatever you need to do. I'm grabbing water. Just letting your heart rate slow down. Returning that breath to normal. Just take a lazy child's pose. Let your head hang heavy on that. All right, let's work our way back up. Let's see, where do you want to go? Just a little lazy down dog. And we're just going to hop this through to a seated position. Ugh. Bringing those legs up in boat. So starting with our high boat. And let's drop it into a low boat. Exhale. Inhale to lift. Maybe your hands come up. Exhale down. Now in your high boat, the straighter your legs, the harder it's going to be. So if you need the challenge, see if you can keep those legs straighter. All right, last one, low boat, hold, and let's just cross those feet over each other. Cross, cross, cross. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, relax. Ah, bend the knees and just windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Feet are out wide here. Releasing to the lower back, which kind of takes a beating when we do that ab work. Let's do a little more. Okay, let's lift those feet up high, flexing the toes, hands behind your head. And we're gonna do a super slow bicycle. So first taking it over to the right. Ooh, sorry, let me think about this. Okay, we're gonna drop that left leg down, left elbow to right leg, and then we're gonna do a crunch to the middle. Other side to drop the right leg, crunching left, and now the middle. Oh, it's excruciatingly slow, isn't it? Slow is strong. Don't forget about that middle crunch. Keep it going. Hello, abs. You thought we were done with you today. All right, last time to the left side, crunching it to the middle, and hold, hold, hold. Keep holding. Little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Let's windshield wiper those knees one more time. Releasing through that lower back. All right, just grab on to your knees or your ankles and just give yourselves a few little rocks and rolls, maybe massaging the spine a few times, and just coming up to sitting. Ah, okay, feet out straight. Let's stretch out those hamstrings. Reaching arms high, pulling those toes back. Take your pointer and your middle finger and try to grab for those big toes. Bringing the elbows out wide. And those fingers just kind of pull towards your toes, helping you deepen the stretch. Inhaling to lengthen. And exhaling to deepen. Can you make it even just a little bit deeper? Using those toes for leverage. All right, let's just release and we're gonna roll back up. Just let the head hang heavy. Rolling back up, one vertebrae at a time. Until you're all the way up. Okay, take that right knee, cross it over. So, right foot comes over the left. And we're gonna reach high. And we're gonna twist right. So bringing that left arm over the top of that right knee and taking a look over that right shoulder. Usually we do this spine twist when we're laying down. It's nice to change it up every now and then. On your exhale, release. This time, we're just gonna hold that knee. Hold that knee with the left arm. And it's a slightly different sensation. So now, when we're twisting, you might feel that twist more so in your hip, in your glute. But you know what? I'm not feeling it so much. I think we got pretty limber during this yoga session. When I was doing this earlier, I could really feel the stretch in my glute. Not so much now. That's a good thing, I suppose. All right, let's straighten those legs back out. Taking that left foot over this time. Reaching the arms up high. And as you exhale, twisting over to that left side, maybe taking a look over that left shoulder. Inhaling to sit up tall, exhaling to deepen that twist. And on your next exhale, coming back to center, maybe shaking it out a little bit helps. All right, and grabbing around the front of that knee with that right hand, sitting up really tall, and just twisting once again. So maybe you feel this in a slightly different spot. All right, well, let's release. Shaking out the shoulders. Bringing those feet to a butterfly. So We've been working a lot on the outer hip. Let's stretch out the inner hip, the adductors. Sitting up tall, and then maybe starting to work your way down towards your toes, opening up the knees even a little deeper. All right, you know what? Let's move into a double log. So we're gonna take that left foot underneath, the right foot on top. I wasn't planning on doing this one, but I don't know, I just didn't get enough hip stretch action from that twist like I thought we would. So I need a little bit more stretching in the hips. We probably all do from sitting a lot at home. So double log. So your feet are stacked one on top of the other, flexing the feet, the toes, sitting up really tall. And then maybe this is plenty of sensation for you. If it is, stay right here. If you need a little bit more, maybe starting to lean forward just a little bit. When I started doing yoga, this was really difficult for me. I had to put a block underneath this right leg if my right leg was on top. And I was sitting straight up, and that was like, whoa, like so much stretch action going on. But over time, really loosened up a lot more. Still not super flexible, but making progress. All right, hands on the ground, help yourself back up. And let's go to the other side. So right leg on the bottom, flexing the right toes, bringing that left leg up on top and flexing. Sitting up nice and tall. Again, maybe this is plenty of sensation. Maybe it's too much. Maybe you do need like a towel or block or something right under that left knee. And then as you're ready, starting to bend it forward. Maybe you're even all the way out here on your elbows. If you're there, more power to you. Stretch that hip. Just make sure you're breathing. And on your next exhale, release. Oh yeah, okay, that was better. I'm glad we did that. I needed that. Okay, you're just gonna grab those toes. We did this in the last class and it was so fun. I'm gonna do it again, but just grab those toes, take a look behind you, make sure it's all clear, and maybe just balance on your bottom for just 1 second, and then just let it go. Ooh. That's just too fun. I had to do it again. Happy baby when you get here. Maybe you stretch one leg out straight and then the other. Maybe you try both at the same time. All right, let's bring our knees in, give ourselves a nice big squeeze, lifting the head to the knees, and then just letting it all go, falling into our Shavasana, our final resting pose. Starting to return our breath to normal. Getting any of those last wiggles out. Adjusting what we need to adjust so that we can fully and deeply relax into our Shavasana. Doing a body scan, checking for any tension we might still be clinging to. Maybe it's in our eyebrows or our forehead. Maybe just shake your eyebrows around, loosen it up. Maybe it's in our jaw, especially if you grind your teeth at night or you clench your jaw. Maybe open your jaw really wide a few times, shake it side to side. Get it to just loosen up and relax. Hang your jaw open and relax. Let's squeeze our fists tight, tight, tight. And on your exhale, just open those hands up and release. Feel the difference between that tension and that release, and try to emulate that feeling all over your body, from your head to your toes. And as you breathe, imagine that you're sending your breath to the places in your body where you need a little extra TLC, a little extra love and support. Maybe it's your lower back hurting, or maybe you felt very tight in your chest from stress or worry. Or maybe your allergies are kicking up and your head's been pounding. Send that breath, that life force, to those places. Let it heal you. Just taking a few more moments in Shavasana for yourself today. Resisting the urge, the twist, the twitchiness. So open your eyes and get back up. Just let yourself be still for another moment. Stay in Shavasana if you'd like. If you're ready, start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Flutter your eyes open. Maybe take a big good morning stretch overhead. Deep breath into the lungs. Let's roll over to our sides. And then gently push yourself up into seated. Bringing our hands to heart center. And bowing our chins. Returning our thoughts to our intention that we set for our practice today. And feeling grateful for taking this time for ourselves to do something good for our body, our mind. Namaste.